with Lacey Chabert, and she stars in the Hallmark Movie Channel original, The Color of Rain. And it's inspired, it's a true story, inspired this.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about, tell us a little bit about that.
I play Gina Spain in the film, and it's a story of Gina Kell. When she was married, she lost her husband to cancer on Christmas Day, and 6 weeks later, Michael Spain loses his wife to cancer. And through a course of events, the families find each other, and
they never knew each other before.
They had known each other very briefly, and their kids had known each other. And before Michael's wife passed away, she actually said, "Get in touch with Gina Kell. She'll be able to help you and the kids."
Oh, wow!
And so they come together, really just as support for their grief that they're suffering through.
This is the real life couple?
Yes, this is the real Spains. They are the most wonderful, delightful people you have ever met. They're just lovely people. And through the course of events of spending time with one another and healing through this insurmountable amount of grief, they fall in love and are married, and now they're this beautiful blended family.
And they brought, how many children did they bring?
There's 5 children total.
So she had
2, and then Michael had 3, and they have 5 now.
There's a wonderful story that goes along with it. There's, you know, in the beginning, you build into a beautiful arc, into the wonderful ending, and I understand there were a lot of tears that were shed, and a little bit of controversy, but we have a film clip here that we'd like to take a look at so we can see what it is we're talking about.
What is this?
Yeah, the clip, I believe this is the clip where I'm at the funeral of Michael's wife, and we have not even met yet, but we know that we share the same experience of losing a spouse around the same time.
All right, let's take a look.
Take a look.
Such a wonderful picture of her in there. Did you take it?
Yeah, I did. It's more like Kathy's parents have a cottage up there from a couple summers ago. It was her favorite place.
I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but it does get easier.
You know, I sat with her after she passed, and I don't know, I just wanted to talk to her and say goodbye.
I did the same thing.
She wasn't there, you know.
You're really blessed to have a lot of friends.
Some I've known my whole life. I know you and I just met, but I feel like you're the only person here that I know.
Wow.
Oh my God, is it a three-hanky movie?
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, their story is, you know, again, surviving in this journey through this grief, but it's so incredibly uplifting. I think it's something that, you know, sadly, a lot of families can relate to, having lost someone to cancer. I know that personally, my grandmother has survived, thankfully, but has dealt with cancer twice, and watching someone you love suffer through is incredibly difficult. But with this family, they managed to find hope again. And I was so inspired by their story. And then getting to know them as people now. They're just wonderful people.
Yeah, did you spend time with them on set?
Yeah, it's a little intimidating when you're playing someone that's lived the scenes that you're acting out, and they happen to be standing there off camera.
Oh, they were there where you were acting?
They were actually there, which I was a little nervous
wow.
about at first, because it just felt like a lot of added pressure, because I was really, you know, it's a great responsibility when you're telling someone else's story, especially such a poignant story. But they were so supportive and like constantly making jokes and so loving. And, you know, they said, look, we feel like they cast the right people. And so we just are excited to see this movie be made. And it was really nice to have them around.
And we're excited because I think next week we're having them on the show.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I texted Gina actually when I was on my way over. I'm like, I'm going to Home and Family. You'll be here next week.
So we look forward to talking with them.
It'll be great to share the story. Now, meanwhile, texting and tweeting.
Yes.
That's how the world found out about your news and you're being married.
Oh, I got married.
Yeah, you got married.
Yes.
You got married over the holidays?
I did. I got married right before Christmas, and you know, we're really private about our relationship. And there's my sister. It's one of my sisters. I had dual maids of honor. I have another sister as well. And we just wanted to get married quietly and not, you know, relationships are hard enough without the opinion of strangers. And
I mean, you've been in front of an audience since you were yay big, like trying to keep it quiet. Was it difficult?
It was difficult, and I feel like there is so little that's private that, you know, we really did want to keep that part of our lives private. But after the fact, people started to kind of find out, and they were going to say something about it. So I just decided to tweet about it. I felt like my fans should hear it from me first, but,
but
it
how do you-
was such a fun
How
night.
do you keep, I mean, there's phones everywhere. People on cell phones, they could...
Oh, well, I asked everyone on our invitation, we actually said, please just don't post anything on social media or any pictures or information. But people have such great friends that they took it so literally that they actually didn't take any pictures.
Oh,
Didn't take any pictures?
So we have no pictures from our wedding except
stop.
from our professional photographer.
okay, and so it should
Which are
be.
great, but
They're
like there's no
afraid of you,
candid
just so you-
pictures. I know, I was like, guys, I didn't say don't take pictures, I just said don't tweet them.
Is your husband in the business?
He's not in the business.
that why,
and
too, you wanted to protect
He doesn't
him?
care
Okay.
to be famous or, you know, he's super supportive of my lifestyle, but it's mine.
yeah.
And he prefers to stay out of the spotlight a bit.
Hey, how do you feel with Mean Girls being, what was it, 10 years ago, right?
Can you believe this? 10 years ago. The anniversary just passed.
Is there talk about a musical, maybe?
I've heard talks about that.
Yeah.
I think
And-
Tina Fey said she's working on a musical for Broadway.
Yes, I have heard about that.
Would you
And
be
that-
interested in being in it? Because I know
That
you
would
sing.
be a blast. I mean, I started my career doing Les Miserables on Broadway when I was a child.
did?
Child, yes.
I did, yeah. So I would love to do it. I mean, that movie was so much fun.
Did you see her vision from the get-go and what Tina was trying to do with Mean Girls?
I mean, I knew Tina's a genius, and Mark
Yeah.
Waters is an amazing director, so I knew it was a special story and it was such a funny script, but I had no idea that we'd be here 10 years later and people would be talking
Still
about it
chatting
even more
about it.
so now than then.
Yeah.
No, I really didn't.
So you're
Wow.
getting, it is, I heard Lindsay Lohan say that she was floated around a little bit. They were going to bring back the, what are going to be, Mean Women? I mean, it's like you're not girls anymore.
That's right.
Like a reunion?
Yeah, I think at one point there was talks to do a reunion and get all of us together, but it didn't work out for the
I
anniversary.
think they should call it Still Angry. I think it should just be that, Still Angry Women.
It should be called Get Over It, you know, move on.
Right? Be sure to tune
Exactly.
into The Color of Rain Saturday, May 31st, 8 Central on Hallmark Movie Channel.